So there's this statement that keeps circling around social media, Facebook, Instagram, and it's about being a perfect mom, the perfect mother. What do you think about this statement?
I think that's actually quite hilarious, because honestly, being the perfect mom, well, if you meet one, let me know, because I would love to know who they are. I think, when I was pregnant, it makes me think back, because I had this vision in my mind. I was going to be the perfect mother. I had expectations and standards of myself. And of course, that ends really quickly, sadly. I had been breastfeeding Gabriella, and she was crying and crying and crying. And eventually I thought, well, let me test how much milk I'm actually producing and how much she's eating. Anyway, long story short, turns out that I'm not producing enough milk for my child. What? I was horrified. I had plans to be the perfect mother, and really I saw that as a failure. Isn't that ridiculous? I look back now and I think, oh my gosh, if only I hadn't put so much pressure on myself. Because feeding her formula with the breast milk was perfect and it worked. And I think that's probably the start of when I realized, and I'm sure there are so many mothers out there that go, geez, I wish somebody gave me a manual so I could do this properly. All we're doing is finding our way as we move through life. I even remember with Gabriella thinking, I'm going to dress her perfectly. Like you see those moms on Instagram that dress their kids perfectly. Well, in my house, the reality was my child was having none of it. No ways was she wearing what I bought, planned. I wanted her to look perfect and be that real little madam. Hell no. It went to play school, and when she could wear her own clothes with pants and a tutu. I even think somebody bought her a Spider-Man shirt, so it was, honestly, I just drop it off like this. But the reality is, again, is that she was just expressing herself and totally comfortable how she was. And it taught me to actually let go and let the kid be who she wanted to be. Yeah, I think the feeding, friends used to say, how can you let your child be such a mess when she's eating? I would literally allow her to stick the bowl of spaghetti upside down on her head, because there was no pressure over meals. Just enjoy your food and then into the bath you go. But I think those were then signs of me just relaxing and allowing life to be. And I think if I can give you any advice, when Gabriella's 19 now, when we sit and chat and reminisce, it's not about what I bought her or how she looked. It's about the moments that we had together. It's about taking that time just to lie and read them a story at night, taking a moment to cuddle them, to sit and have a conversation every day, to go to their sporting events and be there. Just be there, show up. It's a connection thing, not a I'm going to be perfect, look at me. Life isn't like that. It's about connecting with your children, and that's what they're going to remember when they're older. So put down any of that pressure that you put on yourself about being a perfect mom and a wife and a cook and having a successful career, and just be. Allow yourself to be. And if you think or of any moms that are really great at it, tag them in the comments below.